everyone, welcome to Minimal Mindful Mama. This month I am doing a series on minimalist motherhood. So if you've been following along, I've had several different topics as well as guest speakers share on the topic of minimalism and motherhood. In today's video, I'm excited to share with you my best minimalist mom tips, and I also have several friends who are sharing their best tips as well. So this is going to be a very helpful and practical video, and I'm super excited about it. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're new here, I'm Katie Mixon, and I love to help busy moms to simplify, declutter, organize, and minimize their lives so that you can live the life that you want to rather than spending all of your time cleaning and organizing. My family began our minimalist journey about 2 to 3 years ago when I was feeling very overwhelmed just with life as a work from home / stay at home mom. I've shared more about our story in other videos, so I won't go into detail today, but I am here today to share all of the things that I have learned along the way that have been very helpful to me, not just as a minimalist, but as a minimalist mom. So the first tip that I want to share with you is habit stacking. If you haven't heard of habit stacking before, it's a concept where when you are trying to learn or teach yourself a new habit, you take something that you already do, that's already a part of your routine on a regular basis, and you add that new habit in attached to the thing that you already do. Many of us probably already subconsciously do this in certain areas, but this can be a really helpful tool to incorporate those new habits that we're trying to teach ourselves. Minimalism isn't necessarily a overnight type of thing. You declutter once and then you are a minimalist and you're done forever. It's something that is a lifestyle and a daily choice to continue. And so adding in those habits to make sure that you are living an organized lifestyle is really crucial. Organizing and minimizing, again, isn't something that you do one time and you're finished. It's something that if you want to maintain, you have to change the way that you live. So for example, I'm sure you've heard me speak before, if you've been around a while, about how I love that I do a load of laundry every morning. Rather than allow the laundry to build up or pile up and do a bunch of it on the weekends, I like to throw a load in first thing every morning. So one way that I trained myself to remember to do this when I was first getting started was to tie it in with my coffee. So every morning I wake up, I start my coffee, I start the laundry, and by the time I've got the laundry in the wash, my hot water is usually ready to go for my coffee. You can use this in a lot of different ways with whatever type of habit you're trying to build. If you're trying to drink more water, or if you're trying to use your phone less, different sorts of things can be incorporated into things that you already do as an easy reminder. My second tip is to make sure that everything in your home has a home. If an item does not have a home, it needs to find a home or to get out of your home. So if you have different items floating around your house that no one really knows where they belong or where they should be kept, it might be a sign to consider either making that item a specific home where it goes back every single time, or letting that item go. The lack of a home for an item can sometimes signify that it isn't necessary in your life. This is also very helpful when you're trying to do minimalism as a family rather than just as an individual. As a mom of pretty young children, I just generally tend to be the person who does the organizing in our home. And so by creating a home for each item, that way everyone knows where things go so they can put them back easily. Whether that's labeled bins or something like a basket in the living room that is the toy basket designated for toys, or a hook for each person's coat. Little things like that where you've created a specific home for an item makes it much more streamlined and easy than to put things back where they go. My third minimalist tip is sort of along the same lines, and that is to store like things together even if that's not necessarily where they should be kept. Keep things where makes sense for you and for your family, and ignore the rules around where things belong in a home. So I'll give you an example. We have shoe bins where each of our children keeps their shoes. When they come in at the end of the day, they pull out their little shoe bin, they throw their shoes in there, and they push it back in, and that way all of the kids' shoes are organized into their baskets. They're by the door ready to go. They are hidden away, which is a big one for me, and they're not scattered all over the floor, and they're easy to find as long as I actually put them back in the shoe bin where they belong. So I've recently started to actually keep their socks in with their shoes in the shoe bin as well. And I know socks belong in your dresser, right? But for our family, it made sense to keep the socks with the shoes. We don't wear shoes in our house, so when we go to put on our shoes to go somewhere, we need to have our socks there with us with the shoes. Since we aren't putting our socks on in the morning when we're getting dressed, it doesn't make sense for our family to keep them in the closet or the dresser, because then when we're trying to get out the door, we have to go back to our room, to the closet or dresser, get out our socks, and then come back to the door to get our shoes. So it just made sense to keep those like items together, even though that's not the traditional place where you would keep socks. My fourth tip is to be constantly reevaluating the systems that you have in place. So take a look at your day. What are the times of day that go well and the times that are just complete and utter chaos? If you think about your day from this perspective for a few days, you should be able to identify some areas that could use some work. By doing this, you can then create systems to take place in those chaotic points of day in order to improve the smoothness of that time. As another example, I found that every day when my kids came home from school, they would open their backpacks, take out their folders, take out their papers, spread out all their papers all over the floor to show everyone what they did all day at school, and then I would end up with a huge mess just after having walked in the door, having gone home from school pickups. This was very frustrating for me. I do not like messes, especially ones that are all over the floor that I then feel like I have to pick up. So I, in taking a look at the systems and routines that I had in place, realized that that folder emptying out portion of the day was not working for me. And so I created a basket using a folder size little wire basket that I got from the dollar store. I gave it a designated spot and I said, this is the folder basket. And when we come home from school, we hang up our backpacks, we put our shoes in the shoe bin, we put our folders into the folder basket. And that way I'm able to go through their papers and look at their papers. They're not all over the floor. I can take out anything that is a note or something that I needed to see. And then once a week I go through that folder basket and I'm able to pull out anything that I want to keep as a keepsake. They each have a binder that I use to save special artwork or things like that. So I can go through that folder basket on the weekend and save those items and recycle everything else. And that has eliminated the messes on the floor, as well as created a really simple and easy system for me to handle those school papers. My next minimalist mom tip is that for every item that comes in your house, you want to have an item leaving. So if we go and declutter a lot of things, that's great. We'll have a minimalist home for a short period of time, but then as we shop or as seasons of life change, etc., more things come into our home and then we have a cluttered home again. And so it's important to stick with that one in, one out rule where you make sure that if you do buy something that is replacing something that you already had, rather than just being a new item detracting from the space in your home. My next minimalist mom tip is to utilize parks and libraries as much as possible. There are so many great free resources out there that we really don't need to have all of the things inside our homes. So rather than buying more toys or more things that you bring into your home when your kids are bored of the things that they have, take them outside, get out of the house, go to the park, go to the playground, go explore a new area. rather than constantly buying new books. Go to the library, check out free books, then you can return them at the end of a few weeks. And this way you can keep a constant rotation of new and exciting things without ever actually spending money or adding to the things inside of your home. This next tip has more to do with as you're minimizing and decluttering or as you're purchasing something new. Minimalism isn't about having a certain limited number of items. It's about having things in your home that you use and love. So as you're shopping and as you're decluttering, keep this in mind. Do I use this and do I love this? If the answer to both of those is no, but I'm kind of keeping it just in case, then it's something that you need to let go or not purchase. However, on the flip side, if it is something that you use or that you love, it is something that should be in your home. So do not declutter that, and that may be something that you want to consider purchasing. And my next tip is that the rules around motherhood and children and just life in general, they're all fake. You don't need to follow them. All of the items that people say you need to have on your baby registry, or all of the items that people say a kid needs to have, there's all these sorts of lists out there. There's all sorts of lifestyle choices that you don't have to opt into. Yes, we want to give our kids the best life possible, but that doesn't necessarily mean having all the things possible. And actually, studies would show that it's pretty much the opposite. So really think about if these items are things that you do use and love and want to have, and don't worry about the rules of what you should have or you should do, because the rules are all fake. As a bonus, I've asked a few of my Instagram minimalist mama friends to share some of their best minimalist mom tips. And so I'm going to go ahead and show those to you in just a moment. But stay tuned because I also have a giveaway for you in this video, so you don't want to miss that. So stay tuned after these tips to hear about our awesome giveaway.
If I had any minimalist tip to give you guys, it's these 3 simple questions that I've incorporated into my life when starting this journey. And they are: 1, has this item been used or played with in the last 3 months? 2, will it be used or played with in the next 3 months? And 3, if the answer is no, it's time for the item to go. Minimalism is a journey and nobody's will be the same. So take your time and start small. Eventually you'll get to where you want to be, and it'll be so worth it.
My best minimalist mom tip is to create a really simple, straightforward meal plan for the week. So we have meatless Mondays, Taco Tuesday, Pasta Wednesday, Brinner Thursday, Pizza Friday, and we change how it looks every time. Like, we don't do the same tacos every Tuesday. We have different tacos all the time. But because we have a specified meal plan for each day of the week, buying groceries and cooking, there's just like zero stress for me, and it makes cooking and preparing healthy meals for my family like fun. It gives structure so the boys know what to expect. That's my best tip.
One bonus tip for you is to have something called a joy box for your kids. So, you know, those kids that are just very sentimental. They want to keep every little scrap of paper, every little party favor, every rock and twig that they encounter. Have a box. It could just be any old box, but have a box, call it their joy box, and give them ownership. They get to keep anything that fits in the box. That way, it has a place to go, and it's not all over your home.
So as part of my Minimalist Motherhood series, I am doing giveaways this month, which I am so excited about. And so I wanted to share with you the giveaway for today's video is a gift card to Simple Switch. If you haven't heard me talk about Simple Switch before, I am an ambassador for Simple Switch. Simple Switch is basically like your Amazon for sustainable and ethical products. It's a one-stop shop where you can find all of the things that you need on one easy to shop website. They also have a super convenient app, which I am obsessed with. And so I wanted to give away a gift card to them because I love shopping with Simple Switch, and I'm sure that you will too. All you have to do for an entry to the giveaway is simply subscribe to my channel down below by hitting the subscribe button. You can also go ahead and ring that bell button so that you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. And then be sure to comment down below and let me know that you did subscribe so that I can count it as an entry. Again, all you have to do to enter is just subscribe and then comment below to let me know that you did. I'll be choosing a winner from the entrance via a random number generator on May 20th. So be sure to enter that giveaway. Also, I wanted to thank the ladies who contributed to this video by sharing their best minimalist mom tips. Be sure to go follow them on Instagram and show them some love. I'm so excited that they were willing to share their tips with us as well for this Minimalist Motherhood series. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and enter that giveaway, and I will see you very soon in the next video.